Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about task 15, which is to create your own Google site. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that you are going to want to do is watch the video resources and tutorials. Those videos are located at the top of Module 15 on Blackboard. Just go ahead and click on the folder and you'll see that there are a series of 3 videos showing you how to use Google Sites. I highly recommend that you watch these videos, especially the first one. The first one will pretty much tell you everything you need to know, and the others have some good information in them as well. So yes, make sure that you watch these videos to learn how to use Google Sites and create your own website. So your website will need to be dedicated to digital citizenship education. Over the last couple weeks, you have looked at a lot of things with digital citizenship. For this assignment, for the instructions, you're actually going to add yourself to a class that I have created for digital citizenship. But before we talk about that, before we look at the rubric and other things like that, for this assignment, you are allowed to work with a partner. Or, if you prefer, you can work by yourself also. So however you want to do it. With the partners, I ask that you have no more than 2, or you can work by yourself. So now that I got that out of the way, the first thing that you're going to do is add yourself to the EDT 520 Google Classroom. In order to do that, you'll need the class code. For Mr. Carr's class, you'll use R365WNB. And if you are in Miss McLean's class, you'll use E2GFUWU. So to join a classroom in Google is very easy. First, you'll go to classroom.google.com, click on the plus, and click on Join Class. Go to class code and type in the class code that I told you earlier, and then click Join. And you're now part of the EDT 520 Technologies in a Contemporary School Setting Google Classroom. Next, you'll need to access your digital citizenship website project. To do that, you'll go to the Classwork tab. You'll go to Task 15. Under the digital citizenship website, you'll see the rubric to complete the project. But before we do that, I do want to show you the digital citizenship website example. This is an example that was created by another student of mine a couple semesters back. So the requirements of this project are going to be a little bit different than what's required of yours. So please pay attention to what's on your rubric, not necessarily what's on this example. However, this example does cover a lot of the same stuff and is a really good example to look at. So let's go ahead and press on to the digital citizenship website rubric. So for this website, you'll need to create 3 pages. One of them will be a home page, another one will be a page dedicated to digital ethics, and then a third page will be dedicated to digital safety and privacy. Let's go ahead and start with the home page. The first thing you'll need to do is create a name for your organization, something that's interesting and relevant to digital citizenship. Also, with your organization, I want you to create a logo. This logo can be created on Google Drawings, or there are a lot of free online logo makers that you can use. Next is the description or a mission statement for your organization. So, what is the purpose of your website? In a few sentences, just tell me what that is. Also, tell me about the members of your organization. If it's just you and you don't have any partners, then just go ahead and talk about yourself. Give a brief professional description of yourself, and you can add a picture if you like as well. At the bottom, please add some contact information. How, when someone can get a hold of your organization. For the how, feel free just to use your MSU domain account that you created for your G Suite account. And then if you want to add a phone number, if you want to add a fake phone number, it's completely up to you. Just put some form of a contact information down and when this organization can be contacted. Finally, for the home page, I would like you to add some pictures, at least one related to digital citizenship. The second page for your website needs to be dedicated to digital ethics. To do this, you'll need to give it its own dedicated tab. When you're looking at the dashboard of your Google Sites page, to the right, you'll see a tab that says Pages at the top. When you click on that, that's where you can create your new page. Once you title it Digital Ethics, it will create a tab at the top of your homepage that can be clicked on and go right to this page. Once this page is created, you'll talk about 4 of the 9 elements of digital citizenship: digital communications, digital etiquette, digital law, and digital rights and responsibilities. For each one of these, you'll need to give them a definition as well as an example. For the definition, you're more than welcome to use the definitions from the 9 Elements website that was given in your Task 14 resources. However, if you do plan on using those, you do need to make sure and give credit to the author. Same thing with the examples. There are plenty of examples that were given when you guys created your YouTube playlists, as well as in those resources in Task 14. So for those, make sure and put a definition and example for each. Make sure and go ahead and put a picture with each of those elements. So one for communications, one for etiquette, one for law, one for rights and responsibilities. And for these, you can get those pictures right from Google Sites. When you insert an image, it can take you to Google Images, just like when you worked with Google Slides and Google Drawings and other programs that you've used. Finally, the last thing that you'll need to do is embed a video. You can use a YouTube video, or you can make an original video if you like. For this video, it just has to be related to one of the elements. So it can be related to digital communications, digital etiquette, digital law, or digital rights and responsibilities. It's up to you. Finally, you'll create one more page dedicated to digital safety and privacy. So once again, you'll create a new page, give it its own dedicated tab, but for this one, you'll talk about 2 of the 9 elements: digital security and digital commerce. For this one, just like the previous ones, give them a definition and then talk about some examples for them as well. So for the pictures, once again on this one, you do need 2 images, one image for digital security and one for digital commerce. And then once again, embed a video. This video can be taken from YouTube, can be made yourself, and once again, just related to one of those 2 elements. Now keep in mind, when we're talking about examples, we're talking about examples of how to be a good digital citizen when following these elements. So when we talk about things like rights and responsibilities, we can talk about things like the content that you create is yours and yours alone. When we're talking about things like digital commerce, digital security, things like protected passwords, using different passwords or different accounts, not sharing personal or financial information on unsecure websites and stuff like that. In the end, we need to make sure that your overall appearance looks good. So for one, make sure that your layout is easy to read and navigate through, and make sure that your sentence structures and spelling are all correct. So, if you decide to work with a partner, you need to share the website with them so that way they can work on it as well. And in order to do that, it's a little bit tricky. So the first thing you'll do is click on the share icon. Now normally when you share, what you'll do is type in the email address of the person you want to share it with, and then they get it and they can start working on it. But with this program, it's a little bit different because with your MSU domain, you do not have access to a Gmail account. So therefore, to type in your MissouriState.edu account would actually not work at all. So in order to do this, what we need to do is go down to where it says links. And then where it says draft, go ahead and drop down and click on to where it says Missouri State University. If you notice, it now says anyone in this group with this link can edit. So as long as you have the draft set to where anyone that has a MissouriState.edu account or the MSU domain, all they need is access to the link so they can go ahead and work on it. So after that, go ahead and just click done. From there, what you'll do is just copy the URL and then go ahead and email it to them at their regular Missouri State email. So the one that ends in @live.missouristate.edu. Once again, take the URL, go ahead and copy it and paste it onto your regular Missouri State email and send it to their regular Missouri State email, the one that ends in @live.missouri.state.edu. So from there, that person will then copy the URL and paste it to their account. And they'll now be able to edit the document. As you can see, between the two browsers that I'm working on, they are now working in real time. The last thing I'm going to show you how to do is turn in your published website. So what you'll do is, once the website is all done and complete, you'll go ahead and click Publish. They'll give you a web address. Just go ahead and use the web address that they give you. But where it says Who can view my site, go ahead and click on Manage. As you can see, it then takes you back to the share settings. What you'll do is go to Links and click Change, and you'll see for Published Site that right now it is set to be shared or be able to be opened by anyone with a Missouri State University.edu account, so or MissouriState.edu account, so your MSU domain. What I would do, though, just to give assurance that I can access the website, I would go ahead and make it public. By doing this, it does release the URL to be out in the public. However, you can restrict it to where it cannot be searched by anyone. So once you send that link to me, it just comes straight to me and no one else on the web will be able to see it unless you share it with them. So you go ahead and you have your published site on public, you click Done, and you'll see right here where it says Search Settings, it says Request Public Search Engines to not display my site. So that means that nobody can search for your website. So the only thing that they'd have to have in order to see it is that link. And of course, when you send the link to me, I'm the only one who's going to be looking at it. So go ahead and click on that so no one can see your website from a search engine, and then click Publish. Now it says your site has been successfully published. So in order to get to the website, you'll need to click on the Copy Published Site link, and this is your URL to your published site. You click Copy Link. So finally, how do we turn in the assignment? Well, it's pretty easy actually. All you'll do is go down to the Digital Citizenship website assignment, click on View Assignment, go to Add or Create, and add the link that you copied in Google Sites. Click Add Link, and then when everything is done, click Turn In. And you are done. So, as you can see, there are a lot of parts of this project, so do not wait till the last minute to get started. Remember, you are not required to have a partner for this project. You are more than welcome to do it on your own. So, if you guys have any questions, feel free to email me, and I'll be happy to help you. Good luck.